according to an NBA insider and reporter, the Brooklyn Nets are going to be shopping around Nic Claxton before the trade deadline. Should the Miami Heat target Nic Claxton before the trade deadline? Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat basketball channel. My name is Amir. Before I get into the video today, I just want to thank everybody for their continued support of my channel. I'm getting close to my goal of 700 subscribers, so if you could please subscribe to the channel, it would mean a lot to me. So thank you again for the support. So the Miami Heat right now are looking to potentially make another move before the trade deadline, which happens in just a few days. And so there haven't been a lot of moves yet, and I expect there's gonna be a lot more on the actual day, on Thursday. Like that is usually the case when most of the transactions typically happen. And so it's no secret that the Miami Heat are lacking size in their front court. We're 27th in rebounding right now, and our power forwards have been Caleb Martin and Haywood Highsmith, who are both 6'5", around 210 pounds. So we're undersized, and then we have players that are not strong enough or capable enough to play against other teams that have larger rosters, and that's been an issue. And when we don't rebound well, we typically lose, outside of obviously turnovers and shooting very poorly, which is something we've been doing, across the last 12 or 13 games, and we've lost 9 out of the last 11. So it's been a struggle for the Miami Heat. And so one of their strongest options is to acquire the Brooklyn Nets center Nic Claxton. He is playing pretty well this season. He's averaging 12.4 points per game, 10.4 rebounds on 63.2% shooting, which is incredible. But again, he's not really a jump shooter, and a lot of his baskets are obviously at the rim. So dunks, putbacks, and some hook shots at the rim. But either way, he's available for trade. And I have apparently Mark Stein said he heard that. I've heard more than once this week, not to discount the idea that Brooklyn big man Nic Claxton could be more available over the next several days than previously advertised. There are mixed signals in circulation about the Nets' plans with Claxton, as he's becoming an unrestricted free agent. So again, he's on an expiring contract, and he's not a restricted free agent. He's an unrestricted free agent. So he can walk next year, and the Nets won't have an opportunity to match if any other team offers him a new salary sheet. So maybe it makes sense to get something. I don't know what the Heat can technically offer at this point that would make sense, because if they want to get some valuable long-term assets for a good price, I don't think the Miami have anybody directly that they can offer for Nic Claxton. So in that case, they would have to give up one of their first-round picks, which I think could be a lot for a one-year rental potentially. And again, the spacing might be odd with Nic Claxton next to Bam Adebayo. Ideally, we want to play someone who could spread the floor, and he's not that type of player, so he can clog the lane. And Bam and Jimmy typically operate down low and at the rim, so it could be a bottleneck. But again, honestly, the Miami Heat, again, most of their big men stand 6'9" or below right now, and so Claxton can definitely help the team with rebounding and defense. He's a really good rim protector, shot blocker, so that is something the Miami Heat have been lacking for a long time. And so the Heat could technically package Caleb Martin, who's also an expiring contract, but also if they want to acquire a cheap young prospect in return, then we could offer Orlando Robinson, who signed a couple-year deal for like $4 million or so. So super cheap. And again, I don't know if they would want a pick. I don't want to offer a pick for someone who's on an expiring contract, honestly, but it could be a really good fit. Because Claxton, again, averaging a double-double right now, which is huge, but he's also averaging 2.2 blocks per game. So that's incredible. And at this point, I'm willing to figure it out, because Bam Adebayo right now, offensively, he's been struggling, as the whole team has been struggling for the past few weeks, and he's been shooting mostly mid-range jumpers. So he can allow Claxton to operate in the paint, go for those offensive rebounds, those putbacks, be the lob threat, and then Bam can play more of that mid-range game, because right now Bam's not doing a lot of back-to-the-basket type moves or post moves. So why not? What do you guys think? I think it could be a good fit, but it has to be a cheaper deal. Honestly, I don't want to give up Jovic or a first round pick for an expiring contract. So if they're willing to take Caleb Martin, a second round pick, and Orlando Robinson, I'm all for it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments.